Hello everyone, and welcome to this painting video for Hellboy from Hellboy the board game, the miniatures version, which is based off the comic books, not the movies, either version. So, this is, well, Hellboy, the main character and one of the hero/investigator figures for the game. It comes with 4 originally. I also have the Kickstarter version, which comes with a few more, but that's irrelevant. And this is the only model I've painted for the game, sadly. While I thought this game would get me out of a painting rut, it didn't. I still hope that it will when I can get back to it, or like not so much out of a painting rut, because I'm not really in one right now. But yeah, it would be nice to get back to painting all of this. I've prepped the other 3 playable characters, but that's about it. Regardless. So, to start with, I'm painting all of his skin. His skin is red. All of it! And I'm painting it with a mid-range red so that after it gets ink washed, I can highlight it with the brighter red that he is more accustomed to be seen as. Now, obviously, this covers a lot of the model, pretty much most of the model other than the coat, but yeah, it pretty much goes everywhere. I originally painted the hooves red, but that eventually gets changed to black. Now, the coat is, as you can see next, and that's being painted more of a tan color. I debated a lot of different colors, almost a flesh tone at one point, which is what I ended up using for the highlight later on. But, yeah, it just went, I'll go with tan. Standard brownish, has seen the sun a lot coat, and which is made more evident by the interior, so the collar popped, or the collar flipped down, and the sides of the coat, I repaint a more standard brown color when I get around to using that. Because here's another model I use brown on. Whee! Again, not many that I don't. Especially ones that you'll see me actually put up on my channel. Like, for example, I recently did the Griever Swarms for Infernals, and they don't have brown on them, but they're standard grunts, and I'm not taking the time to do that for a video. Sorry. But yeah, so ends up being a lot more flat surface. I think it actually is still less surface area, but yeah, the tan's a lot. So here is actually that brown being used for his belt. This also ends up being used for his shoes, which, in the words of Scrooge McDuck, Spanx, and a couple other places here and there, but primarily his belt, and originally just his belt. I don't think I wanted to paint the shoes purple, or did I just say purple? Yeah, I just said purple. Wow, brown to begin with. There is no purple on this model. I don't know where that came from. But it ends up working. It also, yeah, he wears a glove on his left hand, while his right hand is the Fist of Doom, or whatever it ends up getting called, and a lot of the model also ends up being just a flat black, including his pants and everything. But here's me repainting the part of the coat that I'm like, nah, you know what, I want this to look brown, like it's darker on the inside, be that because of fading, or it's actually a darker fabric intentionally on the inside. The BPRD logo, which is what that's supposed to be, gets painted a mid-range gray. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of detail on that in the priming process, and honestly, I probably should have etched the logo back in with a knife or something. As I said earlier, black gets used a decent amount. It gets used for the pants, the guns, and while it's not recorded here and done in between parts of the video when I'm fixing up the model, his hooves as well. The gun, I debated on a lot of different things to go with, but honestly, I decided with, like, the darkest metallic I could go with, which is starting with black and then highlighting it, like dry brushing it, with the actual darkest metallic I have. So, when I want that to actually be the highlight, I use a base coat of black. Or if it's supposed to be some other metallic that's still, like, some other thing that's mixed with a silverish metallic, I then base coated that, but usually it's black. Also, it's his hair. His hair was a thing that I had a lot of different debates with myself on with what to do. Not so much the color and anything, but, like, where it parts, because that was also something where some details got lost in priming. The priming process did not go too well with this. And here we are back to the footwear with the same brown as before. I just completely forgot to do it in the original. So yeah, and the base is just turning out to be a total mess of colors. Woo! Thankfully that just gets washed right over with black itself, and poof, gone. No more mess. That's why I refer to it as a slot-based coat, honestly, and, you know, I always need a clean-up coat at some point. But again, I do a slot-based coat so that it just gets paint on the model, and I'm not sitting here, you know, stressing over not having progress done. Paint on your model is still better than not. Then a little dot on his belt, I don't know what it was, painted the red that he's actually going to highlight it in, and then me trying multiple times to get the right type of brass for the cross and a bit of metallic, I think silver for the whatever bit of metal that is. I think it's actually the chain for the cross. Speaking of a cross, there was originally a cross on this model hanging from the gun. I don't know if mine broke off or they just didn't decide to do that. So, on to the ink wash. Another, like many models I do, just a coat of black ink wash. Now, this ends up being applied to, honestly, the area it's applied to right now, like 3 different times. I was experimenting with a new type of wash at the time, like a specific different brand, and it got a little too watered down and was, yeah, I had to apply many coats in a lot of different places. So it was a bit of a pain. I prefer just going with the thickest amount right off the bat. I already don't like watering down my paints. I've rarely done that. I did for the set Griever Swarm I was talking about earlier, but that was more of an experiment than an actual thing. And eventually just ended up painting it in rather than having a watered down look of a mess. The belt definitely needed this ink wash, and it helped with the coat too, like the literal coat. But yeah, the belt is where most of the details shine. I wanted more to come out from the fist, and some does, but again, I really screwed up the priming coat with this one. A lot of details are still there overall, but it didn't feel too comfortable. And the third, fourth, I don't know how many times, trying to get those pecs and abs to just show up with an ink wash, because, yeah, that took a while. Speaking of taking a while, trying to get this specific red to dry brush is a pain. As you can see, I tried like 4 times here, just on the chest. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain, but hey, it works. It doesn't really look too well on camera, but it works well in person, which, honestly, that's what matters to me. Now, Fist Doom took just as much effort, but that was more, it was a surface area, and I had to be careful with it. Woo! Highlighting knees! Oh, as you can tell, the hooves are black here now. I believe I did paint the eyes yellow, not white, after all of this. Oh, you can actually see them now. I didn't even notice it while editing. But yeah, the eyes are actually painted yellow, which is what they are in the comics. As much as I want to draw some inspiration from the movies, most of my inspiration will be drawn from the early comic style, not even the later comic style that happened in the early 2000s, which I still appreciate, but I want to go with the more simplistic version for coloration and such. I'm not going to make things look like they have super thick dark lines. And here's a coat of, honestly, flesh color, just for the coat itself, which pretty much covers a lot of this, because it's really just red cloth, and then here's some gold for that cross, the metal for the gun, which, as you can see, makes it stand out a hell of a lot more than just a flat black. Trying for that cross again, some silver here and there. Oh, yeah, so silver is what I'm doing there. I just don't know why I brought the brush over the cross, but yeah, getting the buttons and stuff. And this is where I really realized that the details were just lost. I was hoping they'd come out in the dry brush, but you can see it in person, but it's, you know, on this video, it's not going to come out too well. But that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to press the like button. If you think somebody else will enjoy this, feel free to share this video. Either way, you'll help this video get seen more. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, such as if you'd like to talk about Hellboy, be it the comics, the movies, or this game, or anything else for that matter. Or if you'd like to see other models from this game painted, I do have majority of the game, all the Kickstarter. There's been some individual releases here and there that have been extremely expensive, like $30 to $40 per models. And yeah, no. But yeah, if you'd like to see more of what I do have painted, or a board game overview, let's plays, or reviews, feel free to comment. And if you'd like to see anything else like this, be it my unboxing videos, my painting videos, my board game overviews, all three of which I am either already doing or willing to do for this game, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye!